So I've just popped home to eat, popped Molly to bed, and I'm now in the dark. And I just need to pop over to the tea room now and do a few things like clean the coffee machine, put the bins out, get the tablecloths, empty the toilet. I think that's it. So let's get going. So I came into the tea room, it's been a day, that's about it. So tonight I have to do a couple of things. I need to clean the coffee machine, but I'll probably do that tomorrow now. Put the bins out, that's one of the wonderful things of a tea room when they collect the rubbish once a week. Have to put it out on a Monday night ready for the Tuesday morning. Cannot miss it because that's a whole week. So that I am here to do. I need to empty the toilet because we're trying to make some more progress on the toilet and it needs to be empty. So I'll do that. I need to show you how the till works. That's the whole point of this video. So I will do the toilet first, then the bins, and then the till. Also, I needed to get the washing tablecloth. As you can see, nice big sack of washing. We already have some at home, but that's just to top it off, give us something to do all week. Right, so now I need to empty the toilet. Rope. Yeah. This is what I'm dealing with. So I just need to empty that out and put it in a position that we can get into that toilet and carry on. And then it looks something like this. See? You can actually start to see the toilet floor again. As you would have seen from the title of this video, with the till system we went with Epos Now. The story of how I found Epos Now was, yes, there's advertising out there and things, but we actually inherited a cash box from Sophie's auntie and it had Epos Now on it, which got me intrigued. So I did a little bit of research, found Epos Now, and it started with one question. Will this system, or is this system compatible with Deliveroo? I was thinking ahead. I was trying to think of future-proofing. And the answer that I think Greg was his name, gave me was, not yet, but they're working on it. It's basically imminent. And that is the main thing that sort of started the process off. So we start looking at the system. It can do a lot of things. And the main thing that I wanted from this till system was to be able to print the orders in different locations. So also I wanted it to be able to handle bookings, which you can do, but it's not quite where I'd need it to be at this moment. So the system we have looks something like this. We have an iPad that I already had, so we didn't have to buy that. The kit that we had, where you got this, which is a Heckler locking system for the iPad. Also have the Epos Now printer. We have two of those. This is the PaySense terminal, which isn't actually part of the Epos Now system, but it does talk very nicely to the Epos Now system. So they integrate very nicely, and I'll show you that in a minute. So all that came to around roughly £600. So a terminal system, you'd be looking at more £1,300–1,400. Now, don't quote me on these prices. You need to get in contact with Epos Now. They basically can build packages to suit your requirements. For example, we've got the two printers. Not everyone needs two printers, so you could be looking a lot less. We also own the iPad. You can buy an iPad from them as well. This is an iPad Air 3 or 4, one of those, and it sits in there nicely, very secure. I like it. And I did look at trying to buy the bits individually, and I don't think it would have probably cost me more. So, and I can't physically buy the Epos Now system from anyone else apart from them. I'll give you a quick run through of the system because these are the kind of things that when I was looking at the till system, I couldn't find videos on. So hopefully you'll find this useful. But the way we've got things set up at the moment, so if I go into the till system now, I can pick, for example, high tea. And with a high tea, you get to pick a drink which currently has all the teas. So you pick a tea, Then you get, and you can see just at the top here, drink option, cake option, soup or quiche option. That's what we're dealing with here. So all these options are on here because I put them on here. You can adjust this any way you want, but you can basically pick a brownie for that one. Then you've got the soup or the quiche option. So up here we've got bacon leek, so I've chosen that. Now, what you get here, so if you can just see that now, you've got all the options there. Now, the magic of this system is that because of the way it's been set up, if I click order now here, it will then say table selected. So this has our tables, and so I can select a table here. I can choose to order without in case someone's buying on the go. But if I say select table, now this is our setup with the tables. So you can see here, I can select a table, say number 2, I can select the amount of covers, and then I can click open that table, and it's now there ready to go. And now I need to click order now and then see what happens. Now what we've got that's come up here is the bar order. So the only things that will come out here is it gives you everything in terms of the details, the time, the date, who's ordered it, which isn't actually Dylan because he's not actually here at this moment, it's just logged in as him. And you'll notice it's only given me 2 things. It's given me English breakfast and brownie slice. Those are the 2 items that can be made at this area, which is what we call the bar. Hence the tab name, bar order. Now, while I walk and talk, we set things up like this because this is literally the walk we have to do if we've just taken an order at the bar, to come into the kitchen and say, oh, I left the back door open. So to come into the kitchen and say, this is an order and this is what I need. But instead, we have this. So exactly the same as the bar. You can see here, we've got kitchen order, table 2, 4 covers, 1 high tea, bacon leek, and cheese quiche. Allows Sophie to then make the order, or whoever's in the kitchen, maybe Sophie. That's what I was aiming for with a system like this. And I didn't want people to have to go running back and forth. I wanted tabs, I wanted tickets. Each of these are timed, so we can see exactly when they were ordered, who they were ordered by, and the whole idea is that it's speed, efficient, and it is capable of expanding. Now that order was taken by the iPad. You can then go all the way to the paid section. So I'll show you the payment thing. We can go to tables, we can go to area 1, we select that table, and it comes up ready to go there. So as you can see, the price is there. We click pay, and then we've got these options. So if someone wants to pay in cash, you type in the amount of cash, and it automatically tries to guess what someone may give you. Based on £16.95, it is highly likely they'll give you £17 and then it'll work out the change for you. If not, they could give you any of these, a combination of these. You type in the amount they give you, it will work out the change. Now you'll also see, and that's when you're hitting cash, that will tell you exactly the amount of change you get. Now over here, you'll see Pay Sense button, Pay Sense Cloud. And that only comes up when you integrate this with this. And to do that, you need PaySense and you need Epos Now. They talk behind the scenes, set it up for you. But this will basically then, a hit of a button, it will flick to there, and then boom, it's coming up straight on there. No messing around in terms of I've got to type that number in, anything like that. Now I can cancel that because we're not actually going to put this order through. Now that integration is something that I really liked and basically wanted. It was a need in my eyes because the time it takes to type in a number, you can get it wrong. It takes minutes. You can also, this terminal can switch between till mode and standalone mode. So if you get stuck, if something happens, or you need to take money for whatever reason that's not linked to the till, you can do that. Standalone mode is there, but when it's linked like that, it saves time, it saves human error, which means it saves you money. So that is a very good integration. Now, it's not just PaySense this works with. We went with PaySense, as I said before, because they've got very good rates. So everything's running from this iPad. iPad is the main system we are using here. So to build on that, on the day that we were setting up and I was watching how it works on the initial days, I wasn't actually working, just sort of watching, I noticed one thing. So we started with the classic pad. The team were basically going to the tables, taking the orders, coming back to the till, inputting it in, and then it was going off to its separate place. One thing I did notice is we lost a lot of time going back and forth to the till. It was almost pointless. because effectively you're closer to the kitchen than you are the bar at times when you're out there serving. So the other good thing about the Epos Now system is that you can add to it. Now what we decided to do, and this was sooner rather than later, is add in a phone. So I looked at options, and the idea was to start off with a tablet. So I tried a Samsung tablet A 7-inch. Thought it was the perfect size, really good in value. They're only about £100 to buy. But what I found with the Android, and this was something that I kind of had to find out for myself, is that the printer system, I think it's the software, I don't think it's the actual hardware, I just think it's the way it's, and it probably could be corrected one day, so it could be updated by the time you watch this video. But effectively, it would only let me add one printer, and that was either the bar printer or the kitchen. It wasn't both, and that's kind of pointless because in my eyes, when you're taking an order, you need to be able to print to both tills. So this effectively replaces the iPad when you're out waiting tables. So literally from the table, you can click that order button, exactly the same setup as you just saw there. You still press the order button, you can still pay. So you can do it with either. You can do it with the iPad, or I can do it with the handheld. So you can take this to the tables and take payment there. Very, very convenient, but effectively it removes the need to come back to the till to put something in. Hands down, this saves time and money. You can still add notes, you can still add dietary requirements. The system actually asks you questions as well. So for new starters, it's quite good because it will remind them to ask what kind of bread people want and if they've got any allergies and things like that, which is what we want. So you can order it from the table, comes out in exactly the same way as you just saw there. And the reason why I ended up with this iPhone 7 is because, as you know, I've upgraded my phone. So this is still, apart from the battery, as most people usually find, this is quite a good size screen. To buy one of these phones, because I did look at it, it's £500. It was £400 to get an iPad mini. Didn't really want to invest £400 in an iPad mini that could potentially be broken, whereas this is paid for, this is done. If this gets dropped, it's covered under insurance technically, but I don't have to pay £500 to put this in position. So it's quite a handy size. It's a plus, so it's quite good. I'll just show you. It looks exactly the same. So as you can see here, it's a little bit smaller and you can swipe across up here to the next menus. But if I go in same again, high tea, don't know if you can see that. All the same options are there, and it works in exactly the same way. So highly recommended. You can add that on. Now that costs about an extra £30 a month. When you set this up, you do have to pay for sort of support. You need that support straight away, so don't try and skimp on it. You need to talk to the guys, you need to ask them questions, you need to work out how everything works. Right, I should probably end it here. I need to go home, it's getting late, and I still need to edit a vlog. Thank you for watching. Until next time.